little over a year ago, I experienced my first dopamine detox. And in that first dopamine detox, I happened to be in the beautiful state of Hawaii with my girlfriend. We had realized that we were always overstimulated, that we're in such a beautiful place such as Hawaii. We have mountains, the ocean, the sun, exotic wildlife, yet we still feel like we're missing something when we're not on our phones. Mutually agreed that this is a problem that should not be occurring. We're in one of the most beautiful places on the world. So that led us to making a YouTube video doing a 2-day no phone dopamine detox. Little did I know would change basically my entire life forever. In these 2 days, I learned more about myself and the world. I actually could think straight, and I realized how much clutter that my phone was putting into my mind on a day-to-day basis. You see opinions from hundreds of different people, political problems, world problems, all at one time. How are you supposed to keep your mind organized when you have all of this stimulation going on at all times? We have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, corn, the most intense forms of dopamine, all at our fingertips. We have kids who are 3, 4, 5 years old, glued to a smartphone and short-form content, frying their brain, basically not even giving them a chance. I don't know about you, but I see a problem in this. So basically, ever since that trip we took to Hawaii, I've been on almost an unintentional dopamine detox. And in this video, I'm going to break down the things that I do in my immediate life on a day-to-day basis to keep my dopamine levels in check. Because if you don't keep your dopamine levels in check, you're going to be a slave to it, and you will constantly be chasing the next thing, and before you know it, life will pass you by. So join me on this journey. Let's get into it. It all starts with your mornings, and it's very important to know that if you start your morning waking up, getting on your phone, your brain is going to be craving that fake artificial dopamine all day long. Whereas if you charge your phone in another room, you wake up and you give yourself some time to think, wake up naturally, go to the bathroom, shave your face, take a shower, get some food in you, have some coffee, and then check your phone, you're going to be way more grounded and centered that entire day. So that's exactly what I do in my mornings is I don't check my phone. I allow myself to come downstairs, make some coffee, let my dog out back, play some fetch with him, and really breathe in some fresh air and oxygenate my body. I think a majority of people completely neglect waking up naturally at this point in the world. I think everyone wakes up, checks their phone, and then bam, they're stuck on their phone all day long. They're on their phone in the car, they're on their phone at work, on the way to work, on the toilet. It's literally like glued to a majority of people's hands, and it's just crippling everybody. And I think this is what we're all here watching this for, is to avoid. It's getting to be about winter here in Ohio, so I start a fire every morning because I honestly couldn't tell you why, but the amount of dopamine I get from being able to start a fire with like 1 or 2 matches is insane. I'm pretty sure that's gotta be evolutionary, because I wouldn't understand why it makes me so happy to make a fire. Even though I don't really know how I feel about evolution, sue me. After I've grounded myself and had a little bit of time to myself, I'll wake up, I'll head to the gym, get a nice workout in for about 30, 45 minutes, and then I'll sit in the sauna for about 20 minutes. I don't work out to be a bodybuilder. I just work out to stay healthy and build a reputation with myself as someone who goes to the gym every day regardless of how they feel. And after the gym, I'll come home, and then that's when I go to the lab. I sit in my office for about 4 or 5 hours a day on a weekday, and I'll take 5 or 6 client calls, and I'll post content when I can in between. And it's really tricky as a content creator to not get sucked into scrolling. And I really want to touch on this because so many people say that they scroll looking for inspiration, and then they just end up scrolling for an hour and a half. So let me touch on this because I think this is criminally important for everybody. If you're a content creator, or even if you're not a content creator, it is so important to build the muscle of mindfulness when it comes to scrolling. I myself have been creating content for 4 years, and there have been so many times where I'm like, I don't know what to post today. I need to post today. So I'll open up my phone, I'll sit there, and I'll start scrolling away, just looking for ideas and searching and searching and searching. And before I know it, I just enter the void of scrolling. The best ideas will come to you naturally when you allow yourself to be grounded, centered, and calm, and you allow your subconscious to do what it does best, which is give you ideas. Your subconscious is all-knowing, but this dopamine problem that we all have is the reason why we can't be creative. The reason why we can't focus is because we're so stimulated. So build this mindfulness muscle, stop scrolling all the time, and then your greatest ideas will come to you. With that being said, I give myself an 1.5 hour screen time limit on social media every single day. Let's be real. How much time do you really need to spend on social media, even if you're a content creator? I'm a content creator. I have been for years. I have millions of followers, that a majority of them come from short form content. If I can sit on social media for an hour and a half, reply to hundreds of DMs, post content, and go live with an hour and a half screen time, do you really need more than an hour and a half? No, you don't. So step one to the dopamine detox is limiting that screen time to an actual rational amount. Step number two for the dopamine detox is giving yourself clarity over what you're going to do with all of your time. You'll be amazed at how much you can actually accomplish in a day once you limit the amount you scroll and consume content, whether that be Netflix, TikTok, YouTube. You would be mesmerized. You're going to sit there and be like, what the fuck do I do? So that's why it's super important before you go in there to have perfect clarity over, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym in the morning, I'm gonna go on a walk afterwards, I'm gonna read a book during this time. When I get home from my walk, I'm gonna work on X. So having as much crystal clear clarity as you can will make the whole process a lot easier, because you're gonna be actually mind boggled by how much you can do in a day when you're not scrolling all day. So make it easier on yourself and don't bite off more than you can chew. And what I mean by that is don't do a week-long dopamine detox for your first one. Do a day or 2 days, because then that's very, very manageable. If you can't do 2 days, you probably have a problem. And limiting your amount of stimulants. Like, I want you guys to know that you can hang out with your friends. The whole purpose of a dopamine detox is to sustain from corn, vaping, weed, alcohol, all of these super stimulating things that you get instantly gratified with. So sustain from those things, hang out with your friends, take a walk your dog, hang out with your parents, hang out with your grandparents. Just 2 days of groundedness, and then once you complete your first dopamine detox is when you start doing week-long, 2-week-long, month-long dopamine detoxes, and then soon it'll honestly start to feel better than the normal life that you've been living, and you're just gonna naturally do a dopamine detox, and you're just gonna crave less and less over time, because the cycle of dopamine chasing is not pleasant, and a lot of people don't know why they're in it, or they don't even know that they're in it. So a lot of people's quality of life is way more subpar than it could be if they were aware of this. So that takes me into step number 3. Step number 3 is one that not nearly enough people talk about, and that is unfollowing all the people that you really don't give a fuck about. I mean, dude, there's no way you care about 900 people or 1,000 people. There's just no way. Why are you keeping up with Walmart and LeBron James and Justin Timberlake and Selena Gomez? Why do you care, bro? These people aren't adding anything to your life. They're sold into the system. They sold their soul, and they're not going to post anything of real substance that's going to change your life, bro. It's just another form of entertainment and another thing to fill the void. You need to just unfollow everybody. I only follow 70 people, bro, and I know way more than 70 people. And even though I follow 70 people, I've muted like 60 of their stories, because I just don't care what people are doing, bro. If you're only going to spend an hour and a half on social media every day, you need to spend that time incredibly wisely. Sending DMs, posting content, replying to comments. You can't be wasting time, and that's what's great about having the screen time limit, is you're like, okay, well, I need to be more intentional about what I'm doing with all of my seconds on social media, because my time's going to be up really quick. An hour and a half is really eye-opening, because you can fall down that rabbit hole in an hour and a half in one sitting. Like, you can open up TikTok, just scroll for a few minutes and end up wasting an hour and a half. So you need to be mindful of whose content you're consuming. Are they inspiring you? Are they teaching you something? Are they motivating you? If they're not doing any of those 3 things, then why follow them? A lot of people will say, well, I think their account is funny. Why do you need to like, you need to get rich is what you need to do. You don't need to follow all these fucking people who are filling your brain with goo. That's part of the matrix, bro. So unfollow everybody except for people who are teaching you things and people that you actually deeply care about and have a good relationship with. Other than that, everybody else can basically go fuck themselves. And I say that with love. It's like, hey, I got my own shit going on, bro. I know we were friends in high school like 6 years ago, but I'm busy, dude. I gotta focus on my own shit. You need to do the same thing. I'm sorry if it offends you that I unfollow you, but I don't want to be on my phone too much. So they'll maybe understand, maybe they won't. It doesn't matter. This is your life. You need to start living it and start making it better. And it starts with everything that we said in this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I got a new camera set up. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm really fucking liking it. I'm totally motivated to post way more and just get 100K on YouTube. So if you guys see this video, don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. What the hell? You watch this whole video and you're not subscribed? Come on, bro. So that would mean the world to me. I'm trying so hard to get there. We'll get there one day.